Hi, this is Bill, and I'm going to give a quick demonstration of how I'm going to install one of these Exceed crawler Baja bug bodies on my two-wheel drive Traxxas Stampede. I know it kind of looks a little goofy, but I figure, heck, why not? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to try and recycle the original body mount holes, which you can see the two holes in the side here. And what I've done is I've purchased a section of 1/16 inch thick aluminum. They sell this 1 1/4 inch width by 3 feet long. And what I did is I cut a 3-inch section off, and which just about works perfectly for these holes. What I did is I slid the aluminum underneath, and I drew the circles to mount that out. And I tried to get that as close to the edge as possible. Then I flipped it over and drew the same circles on the other side. The next step after that is just go ahead and drill the holes through just a little bit more than 3 millimeters thickness, so that way I can use 3 millimeter screws on hardware. What I'm going to do is on the link to this video, or the description to this video, I'm going to provide a link for additional photos, close-ups, and all the hardware list that I used to make this work. Everything aside from this aluminum piece here should be available if you're to purchase one of these bodies. I believe this body currently sells for $8, and then a few more dollars and a few more parts and hardware parts, 3 millimeter screws, and then this piece of aluminum here for a 3-foot section I think was $4. And then also the body post that I'll be using as well for this particular step. Okay, you can see now that I've just finished drilling the holes through the plate, and what I've done here is I'm using these 3 millimeter by 8 millimeter length socket head screws. I'm going to use 8 of these total, and then I'm going to use 2 of these 3 millimeter nylon lock nuts. And what I've done here is I'm going to go ahead and show you what I've already done. Is I've used the 2 bolts on top to go through to lock in the body post, and then on the bottom I used 2 of the 3 millimeter by 8 millimeters socket screws going into the chassis. And what I'm going to show you here is I was very careful not to go all the way in too deep, because I don't want to go into the battery tray. And on the front part there, I don't know if you can see, but I was able to get one of those nuts in between the chassis just to lock that down. And then what I'm going to do on this other one is it happens to line right up onto one of these screw holes, and so I'm going to put another screw and then tighten that down to lock that screw in place, so that way it shouldn't strip out. Another tool that I've used here when drilling into the plastic on these sides is I'm using a self-tapping drill bit. So I'll try to bring it up close to the camera so you can see where the threads are built into the drill bit itself, and so it taps into the threads will tap into the plastic, so that way the screws will have a better bite. Okay, this is the final look for the body installed on the Stampede, and I'm fairly happy with how it turned out. Feels like it's going to be a pretty sturdy setup with me. So rolling over, I mean, I haven't crashed it yet or driven it, but this does feel like it's a relatively sturdy setup using the stock body holes from the crawler. What I am planning on doing is I will go ahead and reinforce the inside of the body where the holes are with some drywall tape and goop, just in case it starts to take a beating. And I'm pretty satisfied with the rigidity of the chassis using these aluminum body mounting brackets on the side. That is a relatively inexpensive setup, and I'm pretty happy with it. Don't forget to click on the link for the description of this video for all of the parts that I used, and close-up photos and additional information. Thanks for watching.